All right, YouTube, once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart here for the podcast Talking Auburn Football. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. I really appreciate all the new subscribers that have come on to the channel and have supported. Your comments are welcome. Now, if you get real crazy, then unfortunately I have to delete the comment because I'm not going to have all that negativity on the page. If it's objective, that's cool. If it's productive, that's cool. But if you kind of disrespectful, then unfortunately your comment will disappear. But either way, man, you guys have been great for the most part. The Fearless and True Gang has been real active with the comments in the comment section and supporting on the live streams with the super chat. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. One of my favorite parts of this whole thing, this is the thing that really drove my interest in doing this YouTube thing in the first place, is looking at the back end of college football, especially with the recruiting, the coaching changes, the hirings and the firings and things of that nature. And this is the time of year where things get real juicy on college campuses. As a matter of fact, in a couple of weeks, you will have the early signing period, which would take place December 16th. I'm going to make sure you guys are tuned in, because that's a very important portion of this particular part of the year. Because when you have those early signees, you have those guys that are committed, that you don't have to worry about flipping on you on signing day, kind of like the George Pickens things from last year and Reuben Foster from a few years ago. You start to see how solid your recruiting class is. Another thing I need you guys to look out for, something that I really didn't pay attention to and really didn't pay attention to the importance thereof, is the early enrollee. The guy that enrolls in, the spring semester and has the opportunity to participate in spring practice. I don't think Bo Nix would have started, or I don't think he would have developed as he did if he didn't participate in spring practice, if he wasn't an early enrollee. The same way with Owen Papo. DJ Williams actually participated in spring practice but got injured. Mark Anthony Richards was injured. He's one of the big guys out of that recruiting class. Hopefully we will see him in some form next year. You got Jerry and Handy and also Derek Hall. I think Derek Hall did actually play in the spring game. So that early enrollee thing is actually important as well. But let's get to the subject. All last year, or all during the offseason, we talked about the quarterback battle between Joey Gatewood and Bo Nix. Most of us, including myself, I was looking back and forth, looking back at high school film, looking back at, different things. And I thought that to begin this year, that Auburn would go with Joey Gatewood as the starting quarterback. However, Gus Malzahn made the announcement a couple of weeks before the Oregon game that Bo Nix, true freshman quarterback out of Pinson Valley High School in the Birmingham area of Alabama. Bo Nix, by the way, one of probably the most heralded high school quarterbacks in recent Alabama history. We thought that he'd make a push for some playing time. Really would have thought that, considering the inexperience and then kind of throwing him in the fire of one of the tougher schedules in all of college football, that Bo Nix would garnish a red shirt and Joey Gatewood would be the starter. However, Gus Malzahn makes the announcement that Bo Nix would be the starter. Now, many of us thought by chance that, okay, Gus Malzahn makes Bo Nix the starter. Maybe, he shows some fundamental stuff in practice. Maybe he shows some intangibles leadership-wise that Gus Malzahn thinks will transfer over on the real deal playing field. And maybe Joey Gatewood would actually have an opportunity to play this year and maybe even upstage Bo Nix on the back end for a starting position. None of that came to pass. As a matter of fact, Gus Malzahn was adamant that Bo Nix was his guy. Joey Gatewood was a backup quarterback. He played in some reserve roles. Now, the straw that broke the camel's back, in my opinion, was in the LSU game where it was an obvious situation where it would have made sense for Joey Gatewood to come in the Wildcat situation. Gus Malzahn aggressively pushes Joey Gatewood back as if to say, no, don't no. Don't go out there. Did it kind of in an embarrassing way. The camera was right on it. Couldn't not see it. And I think that started there are always certain things that happen that allow you to say, you know what, this is not for me. And I think Joey Gatewood was at that threshold with Gus Malzahn and the offense to say, nah, I'm not going to be, this is just not my scene. I'm not going to be pushed back. And, I'm an elite athlete out of Bertram Trail High School in Florida. One of the more celebrated quarterbacks out of high school. I still got the juice. Dual threat quarterback. Let me put myself on the market. Even if that means I have to sit out a year, I'm not about to be subordinate anywhere. Big shout out to Joey Gatewood. No knock to Gus Malzahn and the offense, because I'm actually in a leadership position in my field myself. And I make decisions that sometimes are not the most popular decisions. So I'm not knocking Gus Malzahn's decision because I don't know the totality of the circumstance. I have no evidence that Joey Gatewood, if he would have been the leader of this particular football team, I have no evidence that Joey Gatewood would have gotten a better result. That's just what it is. Now, there's some fans out there, based on what they think they know about Joey Gatewood, that says, hey, if Joey Gatewood would have started, then Auburn would have been undefeated. I don't know. That's a very non-objective thing to say because you don't know all the evidence. The bad news is we won't know for one reason. Joey Gatewood has actually been accepted by Kentucky, the Kentucky Wildcats. The problem with this is there was nothing that happened in an adverse way that says that Joey Gatewood would garnish a year of, would be eligible next year. No racial slurs, kind of like what the card Justin Fields pulled. There was just nothing that said that Joey Gatewood would be immediately eligible. So, but either way, he's going to the Kentucky Wildcats. The bad news about this is, ironically, as the non-divisional rotation rolls around, Auburn actually plays Kentucky this year. So it could have been a unique game to where, kind of like how Woody Barrett came down with Kent State, former Auburn quarterback, went to Kent State. Auburn played Kent State this year, made for a nice little sensational type deal. But there'll be no sensation here. When Auburn plays Kentucky, Joey Gatewood would be on the sideline. Now, here's the good news for Kentucky. Kentucky has had some battles with quarterbacks over the years. As a matter of fact, right now, they have a wide receiver turned quarterback. And looking at the 2020 recruiting class, really don't have an elite quarterback in that class. So Joey Gatewood, although would have been probably an immediate starter in 2020, for all indications say he'll be a starter in 2021 at Kentucky with 2 more years left. So I really think Joey Gatewood obviously did the right thing, because it looked like Gus Malzahn was not going to budge on Bo Nix being the future as Auburn's quarterback. I mean, of course, we got the conspiracy theories that would say, well, Bo Nix is the starting quarterback because his father was a quarterback. All that kind of stuff. I'm not discounting it, but I'm not counting it as well, because I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I would hope that the leadership of Auburn or any Power 5 or any college football program would make the objective decision to put the right guy on the field to give the team the best position to win. Bo Nix, over the period of this year, I think he's progressed. I'm not saying that means he was a better choice than Joey Gatewood, but I think he got the job done. Big shout out to Joey Gatewood transferring to Kentucky, Still playing Power 5 football. Hopefully he will make some things happen in 2021. Now you know we'll be engaged watching that. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Auburn basketball, men's basketball, takes on Furman at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time tonight on the SEC Network. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle.